Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. Thank you for joining me today. This is Influence, and today I have recyclers. This is Mechanic Studios, MechFansToys, Vecma, whatever company you want to call it. They're all the same company. But this is their Wreck-Gar, and it's a pretty great looking figure. Now I have, we're going to start with the 360, but I have some very peculiar observations about this figure compared to their other figures. All right, let's get to the review. So yeah, this is a pretty great figure. I like the way it looks. You see the face sculpt, pretty nice, especially for Legends. This figure reminds me of a Magic Square figure. Now, I don't know if they got the jump on Magic Square, if they were doing it, and they got the plans, we know. But we're going to get into it in the sizes because this is a lot smaller than their other offerings. And I'm not sure why. We're going to see. And their skeleton's been all over the place because I know Octane was a little smaller to me than you could get him to look like the same size, but Octane was smaller than the other triple changers. Let's get into the books. You get the two books. Oh, that's what they've been doing. I'm not sure why, but there's two separate books, and it's just a whole transformation on both books. So you got that. You got the box, which just shows a bunch of artwork, kind of like that artwork. Got this, recyclers. You got the different modes, stuff that comes with it, and that's about it. And just different modes over here. So you get this thing, which is like the thing that he had and was beating on stuff. I think it was a refrigerator. I'm not sure what it was. You get this. I wasn't sure what this was, but I'm guessing I just saw on the box that it's like a knife. I didn't see that picture before. I guess it goes in his hand, and it's like the spike off of his tire. Then you get the gun, and the gun's pretty nice gun. You get these two. His axe, it doesn't move. And you get a sword that's painted silver. It's kind of nice. And these aren't really accessories because they don't come off, which is my first gripe. I don't like that they do not come off. They're fixed on to him unless I'm doing it wrong, which I don't think I am. It does not remove, so I don't like that. I would have liked to remove it because sometimes I don't like it on the legs. I like it a little cleaner, or I like it to put both on the arms or both on the legs, just to do what I want. But those options are gone because they're fixed in here. So now let's do comparisons, and you can see what I'm talking about with the scale. So this is MechFansToys kind of Legends Plus Headmasters. You see the significant difference between their heights. Then you have Magic Square's Optimus Prime. I think that works kind of well. You got New Age's Megatron, which is okay. I think that works well too, though. Then you have New Age Constructicons, which they're pretty big comparably. But then you have Zeta Aerobots, which is a lot smaller than everybody. So you see what I mean when I say their scale is all over the place. It's like changed. It's different. I don't know why. So now we can get into articulation. Head goes down about that much. Goes up about that much. You can't get side to side because it's on a ball joint. And it spins around. You get the shoulders up about that high. Again, this is fixed. It does roll. You get the bicep swivel. And you get a double jointed elbow that gets you all the way. You got this, and you can get these out the way if you need to. You can kind of move them up or move them like this so they're out a little more so you can get more of the waist. This does get in the way right there. So I guess you don't have to do that because this is getting in the way. But you get pretty much enough. Then you can get the full splits even with the tire fixed. I mean, the arm does have to be up. It's all friction, of course. Get the hurdles, the full hurdles. You got the split joint up there to get the swivel. And you can get the swivel a little bit at the ball joint, about that much. You got the knee, which is double jointed. It goes all the way up. Also goes up all the way this way. I don't know if you would need it to. It can do it. Then you have the feet, which are on like a ball joint, and this thing that moves forward and backwards really do the transformation. But if you manipulate it, you get the toe tilt down. You can push it back and get a up, the whole foot up. I mean, it's the whole foot down too. Then you can get a rocker, depending on how you have it, since it is a ball joint. It's an okay rocker. It's pretty dynamic. You can get it there. So it's really articulated. So let's get into transformation for this thing. First things first. I'll move this back a little bit. Move this up. Just so I don't forget. Move this up here like this. Move this up like this. Then pull this forward. Pull that forward while you have this up. Then you can open this. And when you open that, you can pull this out and put it back. No, you can close this now. And it may come undone, but I'm just doing it now so I don't forget. It's like goes upper inner type thing. Like, there you go. Like that. And then you can fool with this stuff. Just move his head like that. Move this out all the way. Then you move this like this. Then you move this whole thing like this. So then you can put this back here. And it goes in, but this has to go on top. So you want to like move this down here like this, put this up here. This is what I do to try to get it where it goes. And then you can move this back up. And it's a little peg piece. I don't know if you can see that. This is really small. And it goes into that little hole right there. It's got that. You can move this back down. It's like the handlebars. Move this out. Just because. Now with this, you want to move up. Move this in. And at the same time, that joint right there is going to go in. So you're moving that in. And the tire's in. Over here, you do the same thing. Just move that up. And then you move this, turn this because this has to connect to the tire. And then you move this in at the same time, kind of. And you know you got it right when it connects, when it's right on where the tire is. Now it doesn't connect really well. That's a gripe. With this, you want to turn these hands out. So the flat part is on the outside, so it kind of meshes with the rest of it. And then we'll just leave it like that for now. This right here, you come down to the legs, lift this up, lift this up, leave it like that. And this you can bring out on that joint right there, out like that. So what you want to do now, of course, you want to turn this in, and then it fits together like that. And you can, it's a peg here, and of course the peg down there. And that fits together really well. You can see it starting to come together. Now this, you want to kind of straighten, you want to have it straightened because it'll get out of sorts. And you just want to move this down here like this. You can kind of see what's going to go on. These pegs, the hand's going to go in. The feet have pegs right here that are going to peg into there. So then that's what you want. You want to bend this way until you can get this like this. And it's kind of hard a little, not a little bit, a lot of it. So you want to get this straight on as much as possible. And now you want to try to get this like this. And you can see it, unless I'm doing something wrong, which I don't think I am, it's not the greatest thing to deal with. But you can get it. So you just got to keep working at it. So you got to move this kind of up here. Got to bend this down a little bit. Then you can get it where it needs to be. There you go in there. Get this one. Then you can just try to get this at the same time. It's just that peg. There we go. Got that one. That peg there. Back here. Like this. This is kind of like the saddlebags. It should have, I don't think it turns. Nah, it should have turned, I think, so it can like really be on the side. But then you scoot this up, kind of hides that inner. And voila. I'm not sure how great it is. I don't know if I really like the motorcycle. It's in the ballpark. It looks like a motorcycle, but it kind of resembles a street bike more. And it was more of a, I mean, it wasn't a Harley or nothing, but it was, well, actually it wasn't a real bike anyway. Like it was just like an alien bike. You could tell it was a motorcycle, but this actually like looks like a street bike to me. Like how this is more protruded out. You know, it's in the ballpark. It's a motorcycle. It was always designed as like him folded up. The wheels roll, kind of. This is a little stuck, but it could be because of me. Plus all this stuff, you gotta like really get it compacted. Once you, yeah, there we go. Once you get it together, you gotta try to compact it a little bit more, and it does operate better. Yeah, there we go, like that. But then you can put the gun, these pegs right here. You can put the sword on the side. You can put this over here if you want on the side. You can put the gun on the side. You can't put all of it on But just depending on what you want, I like the sword better. This, of course, you can't do anything with. This you can't do anything with. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much it. Not much to discuss, not much to say. And then just take these off. And of course you can switch it. You can put it on either side so it's back. Like if you like it pointing back. I like it like this just so it kind of hides it. Still stays compacted. And now we'll go back to the other way, which is super easy. Take this off. Take the fist out. Bend this out here like this. Move these up. They're like side skirts. Put these apart. Spin these back around on the split joint. Move this back up here. Back up here. And then get the feet where it needs to be. You got the legs done. Here, what we want to do is move these out. Move the arms out again. You can really do it when you get done, just so I don't get confused. You don't want the screws. You want the screws on the back of the arm. Then you can move this down a little bit to get this out of here. Then move that down. And remember to turn this and turn this and then turn this. That's probably the most complicated part. And then you can move this into here and it gives it enough room to move back into the chest. But while you got this up, I like to move this apart, kind of get this out of here. Move this out like this. And then move this in. Then you can get this a little farther out and you can move this up. Then move this in here. Collapse it back. Collapse that back. Move this back up just so I don't forget. Now move this back in here. Get the head around all this stuff. Move this down and peg. You got a peg there, peg there. It's pretty solid. Peg there, of course. Again, solid. Move the hands around. Take our accessories. You got the sword. Like to give him a sword and an axe. Because I feel like he does a lot of hand-to-hand combat. All right, so thank you for joining me for this review. I really like this figure, even though it doesn't say Wreck-Gar to me in motorcycle mode. It definitely does in robot mode. And it's a pretty solid robot. Like I said, the only gripe I have is this right here. The colors are, well, no, the colors here are okay. I don't remember him having the green, but I guess he did have the green, but it's like a weirdish green to me. But it's okay. It's not terrible. This being fixed is probably my biggest gripe about the robot, but I can look past that. And other than that, I think it's a great robot. I think it fits, and I don't know if that's what they meant it to do, but it fits with other Legends, regular Legends. All right. So thank you again for joining me for this review, and I will get over with you in another one. I got some more, got two of the Constructicons coming, And stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. You know, I never ask, just because I figured you will if you want to. But it does help me out. And I will get up with you. Peace.
Ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no, life ain't no. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.